Hello family and friends, this is Rob, the Sapper gardener representing Essayons Family Garden, and welcome to our channel, and thank you for coming back to spend some time with us. Today we're doing an episode of Chow Time, and we are going to be highlighting a couple of items that we were given by fellow content creators, Papa Texas and Uncle Steve Shakes. And we're going to be using two shakes today. We're going to be using the sweet and the spicier, and we're going to be using the original. And let me turn around and show you what we're working with. So we got a few steaks that we have seasoned with the Uncle Steve shakes and the Papa's Kitchen shake seasoning. And the steaks were all seasoned with the original seasoning on both sides. We let them sit for a couple of hours. We got our grill nice and hot and oiled up, and we're going to throw those steaks on there. And we also have a couple of quick side dishes. We've got some polenta that we season with the sweet and spicier, and some bell peppers that we're going to season. And we got some hot dogs under here, but we're not going to throw in seasoning on the hot dogs. So let me get the steaks on the grill and we'll bring you guys back. Gonna cook these for about 4 or 5 minutes on each side, and then we're going to take them off the heat. But while they are cooking, we're also going to add some of our sides on. And we did oil our pans first. Like my hot dog's a little crunchier, so I'm going to put mine a little closer to the heat. I'm just going to sear our bell pepper for a minute, and then we're going to move it up top. And we'll bring you guys back in a minute. So our steaks are just about ready to be flipped over, and I'm gonna flip those, cook them for probably another 4 or 5 minutes, and then they should be good to go. I'll check them before I take them in, make sure that they're cooked to our doneness, and then we'll get set. And we also want to again thank Papa Texas. We want to thank Uncle Steve Shake for the gift of the seasonings. Everyone that we've tried so far has been good, and they recommend that you put the seasoning on before, during, after. We usually do before, and then sometimes we'll do it during, but mostly we'll sprinkle a little bit on after. But steaks are pretty much, steaks don't need a ton of seasoning, but every little bit of enhancement helps. And we also want to give a shout out to our friend Dee over at Dee Tearz. Dee hasn't posted a lot of videos lately, but keep her in your thoughts and prayer, along with everybody else going through challenges in these troubling times. Maybe go check out some of her older videos until she's posting again. And we also want to thank Shovelhead8, who has really stepped up and helped out to let us know these Cast Iron Wednesday challenges, what we're doing. And for the month of September, it's camp stove or outdoor cooking, and this is about as outdoor as we're going to get today. Today was a work day, so I got off work. We cleaned up the grill. We said it's not raining. It's a little overcast, so that's perfect for me. I don't have to sit out here and sweat. I also want to thank Uncle Steve Shake for the sweet baseball cap. And we enjoy getting gifts from people. You know, we don't usually ask for things, but we appreciate anybody who sends things. And if you do want to send us something, you know, to highlight your channel, we're more than happy to do that, as long as it's clean and family oriented. So, you know, if you want to send us a cap or a t-shirt, you know, we'll be happy to wear that in some of our videos, and hopefully spread the love in the community. So if you are interested in sending something, just email me and I'll send you our mailing information, and you can do that. So timed it perfectly. Time for me to flip some steaks. So if I really time this perfectly, these steaks are gonna come right up and flip over. Yep. So just a slight bit of resistance, but you don't have to poke and prod like you have to do with hamburgers sometimes to get them off the grill. If your heat's good and you, time it perfectly, your steaks will come right up. And these are looking, I can't toot my own horn, but these are looking about as good as I think I could get them. And our steaks are flipped. I'm going to take this hot dog, move it up here with his brothers. I'm going to move our roasted bell pepper up here so they can stay warm. And I'm going to move our polenta down where our bell peppers were when I flipped them, and then just cook them just for a minute. Polenta's like a grits or hominy. It's already somewhat cooked. You just want to heat it through. And a polenta absorbs the flavor of whatever it's cooked with. So the oil and the juices from the bell pepper and the oil that I coated the grill with will just go in and add to the flavor of the polenta. But I won't leave it down there too long. So bring you guys back when I'm getting ready to take these steaks off the grill and we move inside. Alright, our steaks are ready. Yep. So our steaks are ready. They passed the finger test. I'm going to take them off. We're going to head inside and we are going to eat. We like our steaks medium well. You know, if you like yours less well done, cook it a little shorter time, but the firmer the meat, the more well done it is, so we can kind of tell just by touching it if it's done. But always follow appropriate food safety guidelines. Alright, family and friends, hopefully you guys can see me. I'm trying to sport Uncle Steve's hat, but I think I'm going to reverse it so you can see me a little better, and hopefully the glare off the ball dome doesn't affect you. But we are sitting down here with a great meal. We used the Uncle Steve shake on most of the meal. We have our New York strip steak, which we used the original seasoning on. And I tasted it afterwards and it didn't need any more seasoning. It was just perfect with what we put on there. We seasoned our bell pepper, which is perfect. And it's our green for the meal. So when you can get your salad off the grill, that's a double thumbs up in my book. We also seasoned the polenta, which is gone, so I'm assuming it was pretty good. And we also have some homemade baked beans that I made in a semi-homemade faux soup. And when I say semi-homemade, that means it came out of a ready-made container, because real pho takes a long time to make. But everything is good. The original Steve shake on the steak is perfect, but just don't overdo it. And sweet and spicy on the bell peppers and polenta was perfect too. I haven't tasted our faux soup yet, but I'm sure it'll be good. So, Mrs. SG, what did you think of the meal?
Well, the pho soup reminds me of Columbus.
Okay. So,
That's a first.
when we lived in Columbus, Georgia, we had a real Vietnamese restaurant that we went to. The family were all, well, I think all the family except for maybe the smallest kids, the 2- and 3-year-olds, were first generation here. First generation immigrants. So all the family moved here except for the smallest kid. And when we lived in Columbus, Georgia, we were going there for a while before me and my wife got married, and then we went there one time after we got married. And just talking to one of the ladies there, and surprisingly, the restaurant was in Columbus, Georgia, but they actually lived in my little small hometown where I grew up 50 miles away, which I didn't know, even though I'd been going there for years. So, and she said the faux soup reminds her of that. I haven't tasted it yet. If this soup out of a box is as good as theirs, I'll be surprised, but it might. But everything's good. The Steve Shake was perfect. Thanks again to Papa Texas and Uncle Steve Shake for sharing this along with the headgear. I would ask SK1 what he thought of his meal, but his plate's empty, so I think that's a couple of thumbs up, right? And SK1's working on his hot dogs, mashed potatoes, his pea crisp are gone. So we're going to finish up our meal. We want to thank you again for spending your valuable time with our family, especially our meal time. We also want to thank Dee at Dee Tearz and Shovelhead 8 for inviting us into this Cast Iron Wednesday outdoor collaboration for the month of September. And as always, we want to say God bless our great country America, you wherever you reside around the world, your garden, your harvest, your kitchen, your meals, and especially your family during these troubled times. And God bless our friend Papa Texas, Uncle Steve Shake, Dee at Dee Tearz, and Shovelhead 8. Take care. Sapper out, and
SK2 out.
SK2 out indeed. Take care, everyone. Because I'm not doing anything.
The video is on.
It's off. It just hasn't, the power isn't turned off yet.
Just look at it. It's okay, it's not recording.
Let's see, buddy. It is recording. Okay. He's right. Man, I wonder if I was recording while we were eating.
Oh, man.
Robert, you're so smart.
Did you put the
Let me see.
lid in?